Hi, this is Leigh Ambergy. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Mentor, Ohio, and thank you for joining me today. And today, what I want to share with you is I came across a gift card holder I had made umpteen years ago. I thought I'd make another one, but I would use current products. So taking that same concept, this is what I will be showing you today, and right there is where the gift card goes. And my thought process is if you are going to present someone with a gift card, yes, you can stick that inside a beautiful hand-created card. But if you're going to make a gift card holder, make it pretty. Do daddy it up and really make it something special. And this might look really complicated, but it's not. I don't do complicated. So I'm going to show you exactly how I made this gift card holder. And I used the Christmas season bundle, stamp set, the dies, and then the greeting on it is from the stamp set Christmas to Remember. And I will have all the measurements for this gift card and all the supplies used listed on my blog. So you're going to start with a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 2.5 and 5.5. So that's your concept right there. On the original one, we had circle punches. So I used circle punch, and I didn't keep my circle punches when they retired. You could use your layering circle dies, would work fine for this. But I, in looking at the dies, pulled out this die from the seasonal dies and ran it through my die cutting machine to create the little lip in there. So that's how I got that little cutout. So again, this has been scored and burnished with my bone folder. And we are adding designer series paper, and this is from the Painted Christmas designer series paper. And where's my adhesive? Like I said, this is a very easy project to make. This is going to be centered on this one panel. This strip is going on the inside edge. I don't think there's an upside down or a right side, but let's see which side I like better. This way. And I'm going to turn this to try and make sure I can get that straight. Just leaving a very small border. And I also have for the inside, have cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock. So this, you could write on the crumb cake. There's nothing wrong with that. I just liked having the white in there to write on. Okay, so we are halfway done. What I find is if you put your gift card in while you're attaching this, it doesn't make it so tight and so flat that it's hard to get this in. So I always put my gift card inside while I seal it. I've used tearing tape on the inside because I want to make sure that stays. I just would hate if I just used regular adhesive and then it came apart. So I have my tearing tape on there, on each side near the edge. And I'm going to put my gift card in there, and it doesn't matter how it's placed. I just want to make sure it gives it just a little bit of wiggle room. And I am just, to make sure, going to take my bone folder and just burnish those edges where the tear and tape is. So this is the front, and this is what we're going to be doing. And I have already stamped and die cut all my pieces parts. And the greeting was stamped with the Real Red onto Whisper White. And that was cut out with this die from the set. This large Real Red, I used this die. And then all of the other dies are for the leaves, greenery. I'm not sure what that is. I know these are holly leaves. And then we have the little holly berries. But I want to point out something on this. When you look at the stamp set, this is the stem part. And then these are the berries. But if you look at your dies, there isn't a die in the set for just this stem. So I was like, what's going on? So of course I had to pull out all of my dies. I mean, I figured out the pine cones and the holly berries, whatever. But I was matching them up on my stamp set going, I don't understand. Then the light bulb came on, because I'm not always the sharpest tool in the shed. You can stamp your stem. And this is my nice inkied up stem. Stamp your stem, and it's photopolymer, so you can line it up. And then you can after you stamp the stem, line up the holly berries to stamp over that. And I thought, oh, that's cool. But there's a die that cuts all of this out. It's this one. But then there is also the separate die that cuts out the berries in a cluster. So I thought, I'm gonna stamp this, use the die to cut it out, stamp my holly berries, and just glue those on top for a little bit added dimension for those berries. So you have your option of two different ways to do that. So then I've already glued this one on, and I'm going to glue these little holly berries onto my stem. I'm going to need that while I'm covering it up. And yes, I'm a tweezer girl. And I just laid that on top, and then the multi-liquid glue gives you some wiggle room. So then I can get that into place. So these are our pieces parts. And we're going to get started then to finish up this gift card holder. So if you can see on this card, my elements, my greenery and my holly berries are between my greeting and the Real Red piece. So I could have went ahead and put my dimensionals on here, but then if I'm trying to fit in, I'm going to hit a dimensional. So what I did to try and make it easy for me, and if this works for you, great. If it doesn't, no harm. All I did was put a dimensional on the back. I didn't remove the release paper, and I placed it on here so that it still gave me that space I had to slide all of my little pieces behind it without running into a dimensional. And I ended up putting my adhesive on the front so that this would actually stick to the back of here, and then I could put my dimensionals on. If you're not following my word process there, I'll show you exactly what I did. So with just laying this in place, and I'm going to stick a small block, well, maybe there, just to keep that flap laying down for me. And set this piece here close enough. And then I just started adding my elements. Just sort of played around, see where I wanted them, what I wanted to do with them. I wanted also to make sure I didn't have any sticking up high enough that it wouldn't fit into my envelope. And I kind of like those there. So I'm just going to pull this out. I'm going to add some adhesive. Slide that back in. Attach that. And I got too crazy with my adhesive. Let's just use my finger and get rid of the excess. Okay, I like that there. I think I'm going to pull out my silicone mat, applying my adhesive so I don't get that all over my work grid. This one, I'm going to put that there. See, and it sticks to the back. Okay, holly leaves. Sorry, these are my holly leaves. Move you over there. And I never know which way goes which, and I guess it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna let's see if we put one there. One here. I guess I could look at my other card, but what the heck, just go for it. And just put them down as the mood suits you. Okay, that one's going to go there. Tuck. Oops. Tuck this one in there. Okay, now for my little holly. Oh, I like that. Okay, so we're gonna. Yeah, no, I can't remember how I had that tucked in there. Maybe I did have it that way. I want to see all of those. There we go. Oops, that one just got moved, but push that back down. And then do I want this one down here? Yeah, I do. I think I like that. Okay, so we're gonna tuck this one. That one there. A little bit of glue, but again, just rub it with my finger. My block out of the way. Okay, so there. Everything is attached to this. Then now I'm going to take my dimensionals. And finish adding those onto the back. Get this popped up. You know what? I think I'll add. I've got some here where I cut my dimensional strip in half to put out for a class. So I've got little ones, half ones. I'm just going to add those on sections of the. Let's put you here on leaves. Let's put one there, and I'm just going to tear off part from the edge and put it there. Okay, we're going to attach this to our real red. And all of the supplies that I am using for this project can be purchased in my online store. And that's at leigh.stampingup.net. So we're going to put this on here. And since I am going to be covering up this side, I'm actually going to try and line this up with this side of the cutout. There we go. Great. So this now is going to go right here. And again, to make sure, you could use your adhesive, but I want to make sure this flap tag doesn't come off. So I'm going to put some tear and tape. Again, I'm going to, that's where I want it. And I, in a sense, know not to go past right here. So I just try to like eyeball something, and I know I don't want to go past here with my tear and tape. So I'm going to put a strip here. And tear and tape, yes, you can tear it. I have a tendency to tear my cardstock. And I found this thing at a local Dollar Tree. And, I mean, it's great. It gives, I don't know what it's for. I can't remember what the package said it was for. But it makes a great straight edge for my tear and tape. So I'm going to remove this backing. Just going to burnish it and then remove the backing. Attach this because I know I don't want to go past these leaves, these leaves right here. A little bit more. There. So and that's it. I know I took my gift card out. Stick that back in there. There's the gift card. You can write your message. And this is pretty, but I kind of thought, everything is over here. I wanted something else to draw attention to this, give it just a little bit more bling. So I'm using the red rhinestone jewels, my piercer, and I'm going to add one here. And I don't know if it's really makes a difference, but I had always heard anything like this, try to keep it an odd amount, and for some reason that just always stuck with me. So I won't put an even amount of embellishments on. It's going to be 1 or 3 or 5 or whatever, and I don't know. It's probably just something that really doesn't make any sense, but that seems to be what I go by. So that's it. We're done. Hopefully you followed along and I wasn't too confusing. But yeah, a really pretty, easy, simple gift card holder. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day. Bye.